Alright, today we're continuing on with Pokemon tier lists because I like doing them and they're fun. So there you go. And yeah, I'm gonna include all the megas in this one for Kalos because, in my opinion anyway, the megas are Kalos Pokemon. So, you know, deal. Speaking of megas, I like them a lot. I do think Gen 6 was kind of the beginning of the end for my interest in this game, but oh well, it's fine. I still like Pokemon at the end of the day, and yeah, megas are cool. Definitely my favorite part about Gen 6. So we're gonna start off with Mega Venusaur. This Pokemon is pretty good. It's a pretty decent mon. Giving a grass type thick fat, it's great. It is. It's really good. He removes his weakness to ice and fire, leaving him with only a weakness to flying, and that's pretty strong. Oh, and psychic, also weak to psychic. But yeah, Mega Venusaur is a good Pokemon. And he looks cool too. He's just Venusaur, but cooler looking, in my opinion. Mega Charizard. X. This Pokemon is pretty cool. It's pretty unique as well. Turns Charizard into a physical attacker instead of a special one. You can use Bulk Up and Roost and Dragon Claw, and it's cool. It's a cool Pokemon. It definitely fills a unique niche upon the Charizard thing anyway. I mean, there's other Pokemon that do what this Pokemon does, but it's interesting, I guess. And its color palette's pretty cool. I think most people prefer Mega Charizard X just because it's black. Yeah. But me, personally, I prefer Mega Charizard Y because I just think his design's cooler. It's got cool head spikes and like ripped up wings, and he's got like wings on his arms. And he's a special attacker, fire type, with drought. And I like that. I like that a lot. It's awesome. He gets Solar Beam too. It's a good time. I really liked using Mega Charizard Y. For a long time, I was like, man, Charizard's overrated. He's not even that cool. And then then Mega Charizard Y was announced, and I was like, never mind, Charizard's cool. So yeah, you know how the turntables, as it were. Mega Blastoise is probably B tier. It's been a while since I did my original Kanto tier list, but if I had to guess, I would have put Blastoise in A tier. And Mega Blastoise is, in my opinion, just the little bit less cool Blastoise. He looks very silly with his arm Koopas and his, like, enormous tank buster cannon. He's not incredible either. He's just pretty good. Yeah, Blastoise definitely got the short end of the stick when it comes to megas, but it's fine. If you're a Blastoise fan, you probably weren't wanting for much more. I mean, Mega Launcher's pretty good, I guess. Mega Beedrill. S tier. This Pokemon is pretty good. He's really cool, and it gives you a reason to use Beedrill, which is a Pokemon that I really like the design of in Gen 1, but was so incredibly bad that I didn't even want to use it. But Mega Beedrill makes it good. So it's like, man, maybe I want to have a Beedrill on my team this run, because I could get Beedrillite in the late game, and Beedrill Knight, I think. Well, whatever. In the late game, and, make my Beedrill a powerhouse. And it did do that. Beedrill was really good. And this design is awesome. Mega Pidgeot. A tier. Kind of did the same thing for Pidgeot as it did for Beedrill, except its design, in my opinion, isn't quite as awesome. You had a Pidgeot, you know, you were like, man, this Pokemon's trash. I mean, granted, that's what Megas do for a lot of these Pokemon, but I digress. Then you teach it Hurricane, you give it a Mega Stone, and bada bing, bada boom, he's the coolest bird in the room. He's pretty strong. I mean, he wasn't incredibly powerful or anything because, you know, Pidgeot needed a lot of help. But he was still pretty dang good, if I do say so myself. And he's got that, like, Goku look going on. Mega Alakazam. Ooh. C, probably. This Pokemon's good. Definitely good. Just better Alakazam. Like, a lot of Megas sort of change fundamentally how you use the Pokemon. Like, I feel like you didn't usually run special attacking Pidgeot before, but you do now. And, like, physical Charizard. And, you know, giving Thick Fat to Venusaur. Like, it kind of changes the way you use the Pokemon a bit. Alakazam is just Alakazam. But its design is even worse. And I am personally not that big of a fan of Alakazam's design normally. So, take that with a grain of salt, I guess. Okay, Mega Slowbro is B tier, probably. He looks doofy, but in a good way. He's really defensively good as well. Oftentimes you just run normal Slowbro over him though, because normal Slowbro had the Regenerator. But this mon was like a stall king, because he couldn't be crit. And you could just spam Calm Mind and run max defense. And it was hard to defeat, for sure. Slowbro, thick boy. Yeah, I liked him. Mega Slowbro's alright. Spins around. He looks silly, but that's not a bad thing. Mega Gengar's Pokemon is awesome. It made Gengar shiny really cool, really worthwhile. Like, if you didn't want a shiny hunt before for Gengar because its shiny was trash, you did now. Because Mega Gengar shiny is still, if you go back and play Gen 6, rest in peace, it's good. It's a really good shiny, and it's an incredibly broken Pokemon. It's basically just Gengar, but it loses, well, it was Levitate. Now Gengar doesn't have Levitate, which is trash, but okay. Yeah, anyway, and got Shadow Tag. And it pretty much one-shot everything that didn't resist it, so having Shadow Tag on a mon like that is kind of gross. You just switch this thing in and it's over. If this thing was still around in Gen 8, we would have Nasty Plot Mega Gengar, and it would be double Ubers. It'd be banned from Ubers with Mega Rayquaza, who I'm not gonna get to for a little while. You know what? I'll get to it right now. Super Mega S tier, dude. Incredible. Rayquaza's awesome. Mega Rayquaza, even more awesome. It's an awesome Pokemon. So cool. Like, oh, it's got like laser tendrils coming off of him. Oh, he's rad. I love Mega Rayquaza. He's incredibly broken, but whatever, you know. If any Pokemon's gonna do it, it might as well be Mega freaking Rayquaza, am I right? Anyway, Mega Kangaskhan. Ooh, screw this Pokemon, I guess? They made Kangaskhan better by, instead of giving it a new form, they just made its baby grow up a little, and then you're fighting 2 Pokemon instead of 1. And that's really unique and cool, don't get me wrong. I actually really like the idea of Mega Kangaskhan, but in-game it's actually really turbo-toxic. It's not fun to play against. It's not even that fun to use, to be honest. And its design isn't any better, it's just Kangaskhan. But now it's tag-teaming you. And that's not very fun. Um, yeah, I don't want to talk about Kangaskhan anymore. Mega Pinsir! A tier probably. This Pokemon's really cool, but he's also absurdly hideous. Yeah, if there is one Pokemon that I would not want to exist in real life, it would definitely be Mega Pinsir. If Mega Pinsir was real, I think that half the population would just choose instant death over having to deal with it. Like, gotta be honest, it's horrific. But it made an old, irrelevant, lame bug-type Pokemon pretty cool and pretty relevant again. And it's a good mon, you know? It's got Aerolate, it's pretty fast. They nerfed the 8 abilities, which I don't think they needed to be nerfed, but they nerfed them too much. So now they're kind of just worthless. Because who wants to run a normal type move with an 8 ability? Especially because they removed Return and Frustration too. Oh man. Oh, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about the garbage fire. Not today. Yeah, Mega Pinsir is a cool Pokemon. Mega Gyarados, kind of overkill. There were a few Mega Pokemon that existed that are overkill. Mega Gyarados, Mega Rayquaza, Mega Gengar, you know. Those Pokemon being good examples of this. Mega Gyarados was overkill in a way to where it didn't really need it, because normal Gyarados kind of did everything it needed to do, and it was a flying type, which was helpful for it for many different reasons. Being a dark type didn't really help it that much. But Mega Gyarados and normal Gyarados had like 2 different sets that you could run. So if you had like a normal Gyarados, you know, people could think, oh man, is it Mega Gyarados? And then you have to prepare for Mega Gyarados, but then it's like normal Gyarados instead. There were some interesting mind games, I guess, but there wasn't really a reason for this Pokemon to exist. It looks pretty cool, but it doesn't look that much different than normal Gyarados does even. So, I don't know. It's there. It's one of those Megas that just kind of happened, in my opinion anyway. Mega Aerodactyl. B tier, probably. It's just Aerodactyl, but pointier. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of its design, and that's why it's in B tier, but it's pretty good. Like, they made Aerodactyl, like, as good as it could feasibly be, you know, as Aerodactyl. And that isn't bad, you know? This Pokemon was pretty strong, pretty competitive. You got, like, what? It had Tough Claws, right? Maybe it had Rock in it, but I think it had Tough Claws. And you just run, like, Tough Claws, Head Smash, just destroy everyone. Yeah, anyway, it's alright. It's a coolish Pokemon. Mega Mewtwo X, A tier. Mega Mewtwo Y, also A tier. I like both of their designs, almost. X's tail is too small, and Y's middle toe is too funky. But, you know, they're both pretty cool. I really like using Mega Mewtwo X, because it's a different take on Mewtwo. It's Mewtwo, but he punches you in the face and is a fighting type now for some reason. And that's pretty cool. I like that. Mewtwo Y, though, is just Mewtwo. And Mewtwo was already in Ubers. So, like, why did this Pokemon need to be made? I don't know. Oh well, it's there. Mega Ampharos, S tier, absolutely. The L'Oreal spokes dragon. I love this Pokemon. I love that it's a dragon type. It's pretty good. I mean, it hits like a truck and it's pretty bulky, but it has quite a few weaknesses and it's incredibly slow. So it kind of always held it back. But if you could get it on a good team, like a good Trick Room team, or maybe even like some kind of way to use Cotton Guard and up your defense a bunch and try to stall people out that way. This mon was pretty decent. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I gotta say. It's an Electric Dragon, Ampharos. Everyone likes Ampharos, or at least everyone did like Ampharos, so giving it a Mega is a good choice. Mega Steelix, S tier, of course. I wasn't a huge fan of normal Steelix. Mega Steelix looks rad as heck, and makes Steelix pretty good. Not incredible, mind you. Some of these Pokemon were so bad before they got Megas that getting Megas didn't make them absurd, but they definitely made them all usable. All of them. Even Audino. You can disagree with me all you want. But, yeah, Steelix was really fun to use in sand teams. He hit like a truck, like those sand-boosted earthquakes with sand force. There was stab. You could not kill him with physical moves, even if even fighting super effective moves did not come close to killing this guy. So yeah, you know, good mon. Mega Scizor A tier, I guess? This one's kind of like Mega Mewtwo Y in a way. It's just Scizor, but better. And Scizor was already good, so you never really needed to run Mega Scizor, but you could. And it would make him a better Pokemon, almost always. Yeah, but it's just Scizor, and in my opinion, I think his design is slightly worse than base Scizor's, so that's why he's an A tier and not an S tier. So there you go. Mega Heracross, S tier. He's a funky little guy with big boulder arms and a huge horn. He doesn't look like, he doesn't just take normal Heracross's design and like add a bunch of spikes to it, like I would argue Scizor's did. And it actually makes it kind of interesting. And as a Pokemon, you use it differently than normal Heracross because it gets a bit slower when it Mega Evolves. And it gets Skill Link as well, so you give it different moves than normal Heracross would normally use. And it's a good mon. It's pretty strong. You use this thing in Trick Room, you can sweep up pretty easy. So, I mean, kind of like Mega Ampharos in a way. And you don't even have to use it in Trick Room necessarily. You get the right switch-ins and you just KO something right away. This Pokemon is incredibly strong. But he didn't, like, take away normal Heracross's thing either. It's a good, definitely a example of a successful Mega, if you ask me. Mega Houndoom, C tier. I don't like Houndoom. Mega Houndoom did not make me like Houndoom more. It has solar power as an ability. Why would you ever want that on a Mega Pokemon? If your Mega is not setting up Sun, that means you have to set up Sun as a different Pokemon, then switch in your Pokemon, Mega Evolve it to make use of solar power. Like, that's not good. Then you could argue you could use it in doubles with a Pokemon that sets up Sun, and then it would be a better Pokemon, and you're probably right. I think this thing gets Heat Wave as well, so maybe Mega Houndoom's just one of those mons that were made for doubles. Mega T-Tar. Kind of another example of the Gyarados effect, I'm gonna call it. Or maybe the Mega Scizor effect. It's like the same thing. It's one of those Pokemon that's just overkill. It didn't need a Mega form. It really didn't. Tyranitar is good enough. Mega Tyranitar is almost always just better than normal Tyranitar as well. There's a few situations in which you'd rather have a hold item because normal Tyranitar is just good enough, but sometimes you just want a Mega Tyranitar. And you can do that because it's really strong and really good. And I actually like its design a lot, which is why it's an S tier, not A tier. Because I usually put megas that are just random overkill in A tier, but you know, it's fine. T-Tar's cool enough. Mega Sceptile is really interesting. Do I want to put it in S tier? No, I don't. It is a grass dragon type with lightning rod for some reason. It's a cool typing though, definitely, and it's pretty strong. It's really fast for sure. It gave Sceptile all the things it needed. And I think it's a pretty good design as well. I think though, if you're not running this Pokemon in doubles, like with Pokemon with Discharge maybe, then, you know, it's kind of hard to have this thing Mega Evolve and then switch out and then switch into an Electric type attack. And then it's like, well, you could just Mega against an Electric type. Yeah, you could, I guess, but it probably has coverage. At least in Gen 6 and 7 it probably has coverage because there's hidden powers. So, I don't know. It kind of had a hard time finding a niche because of its weird ability, but its typing and stats are pretty good, so it wasn't that bad. Mega Blaziken is A tier. I really like Blaziken. Mega Blaziken is pretty much just Blaziken, so I should put it in S tier. But I'm not gonna because it's just Blaziken, but really overkill. Like super overkill Blaziken. It's just really absurdly strong. And it keeps Blaziken's ability. Yeah. Mega Swampert though, S tier. Love Mega Swampert. Yep. He's strong, he's thick, and you run him in a rain team and he is faster than everyone, so basically he has no downside. Oh, I mean, maybe his downside is that his special attack isn't phenomenal, but that's fine, whatever. He's good. He's a good mod. Yep, that's all I can say. I like Swampert, I like Mudkips. It's a good Pokemon. Thanks, Swampert. Mega Gardevoir, S tier. Everyone likes Gardevoir. And if you don't like Gardevoir, you probably just don't like Gardevoir because she's not that competitively viable. But now that she has a Mega, she is. So now you do like Gardevoir. Take that, checkmate. Mega Gardevoir is a great mon. Or at least it was a great mon in Gen 6 when Pixelate was good. Then in Gen 7 it kind of fell off really hard. But it was still like OUBL generally, but sometimes it was in UU, but whatever, this mon's good. It's a strong fairy type. Since Megas are gone though, there is a distinct lack of good fairy type Pokemon, even though fairy type is still a disgusting typing. So, you know, something to note, I guess. Yeah, Mega Gardevoir is awesome. Their shiny is really awesome. I said awesome twice, but yeah, shiny Mega Gardevoir is really cool. It's worth hunting if you're playing Gen 6 or Gen 7. Mega Sableye is cool, I guess? Using Mega Sableye is really fun, though, because you have normal Sableye with Prankster, and then you turn into Mega Sableye with Magic Bounce, and then you can, like, I mean, you can't switch between the two, but you can use Sableye on its own, and then Mega when you need it. And this Pokemon's just a problem. It's just a problem. Everyone hates fighting this guy. He's kind of a scumbag, but he's a fun-to-use scumbag with a big ol' rupee. So he gets my seal of approval. Mega Mawile, S tier. This is a Pokemon Mawile at least, is a Pokemon that probably a lot of people forgot about after Gen 3. People were like, you know, that Pokemon's cute or cool or whatever, then maybe they caught it, maybe they trained it, but then in Gen 4 they forgot it existed because it was bad and worthless. You couldn't find it in Sinnoh, I think. Actually, there might have been a small chance you could find Mawile on the Iron Island, but whatever. My point being is that she was largely irrelevant, and then 6th Gen came around, gave her Fairy type and a Mega. Fairy typing is really good. It made Mawile who was like a PU-mon, basically. An RU-mon. Give or take. Just normal Mawile, an RU-mon. I would say that's fair. Maybe now she's PU again, I don't know. But then her Mega evolution made her incredibly strong. Super strong, even. I don't think she ever deserved to be banned, and near the end of Gen 7 she was in OU again, so I guess that's that. But she got huge power, and really good stab fairy moves, definitely like one of those Pokemon where you can't switch in. Like, you just can't. Steel Fairy is such a good typing. It's really hard to have a Pokemon that resists both Steel and Fairy. And even if they do, they have to also, like, not get killed in one hit by her Sucker Punch. It's a good Mon. Yeah. All I gotta say. Mega Aggron. A tier? It's basically just Aggron, but better Aggron. They gave it Filter, so super effective hits did less damage. It's definitely a welcome change. And removed its rock typing, which was pretty much just a hindrance on it. So yeah, this Pokemon's good. Strong heavy slams, good wall. You know, kind of boring, to be fair. Good UU-mon, but it's got a decent design. I like Aggron. And giving me a reason to pick him up again. Use him in Gen 6. Good for me. Medicham. This Pokemon is a Pokemon I didn't give a crap about until Gen 6. And then I used Mega Medicham, and this Pokemon is incredibly fun to use. Yeah, really all I gotta say, you know, just huge powered fake outs and high jump kicks. It's just, this Mon is nuts. I don't know if it was OU, I think it was. If it wasn't, it's kind of ridiculous, but yeah, good design. I like its arms. It's really strong. Thanks Medicham for being Medicham. Lord Polygon himself. I'm putting him in B tier. He looks really stupid, I'm sorry. He made Manectric, a Pokemon that was cool and people generally liked, at least I feel that way. From Gen 3, relevant again. You could now use Mega Manectric, and he was just Manectric but good this time. Which isn't terribly interesting, but you know, you can still do it. His design was really stupid though. But hey, I won't stop you. You want to use him? Use him. Mega Sharpedo, A tier. This Pokemon is really rad. He's a shark, just like his other form. But now he's got like a saw nose and a bunch of scars and like bites out of him. He's metal, super metal. And he's really good too. You just protect once with Speed Boost Sharpedo, and this thing with its strong jaw would just come in and crunch and Ice Fang and Psychic Fangs everything to death. This Mon was awesome. Super cool Mon. Yeah, and it's Archie's, like, ace Pokemon. Well, in ORAS anyway. Normal Sharpedo is his ace and Emerald and stuff, but it's fine. Radmon. Good Mega. In doing this, I've realized there is a lot more Megas than I remember there being. Speaking of Megas, I'm going to continue doing that now. Mega Camerupt, S tier. Whoa, Mega Camerupt. Whoa, I always liked Camerupt. Mega Camerupt is better looking Camerupt, in my opinion. maybe a little funnier looking, but he's cool. And he's decent. Easily, like, the best Trick Room Mon out of all of these, for sure. This Mon just blows people up. But having 2 4 times weaknesses and having a speed stat of like 12 definitely hampered him a bit. So, you know, take my praise of this Pokemon with a grain of salt, but I really like it. I think it's awesome. And, you know, I said it about Archie, might as well say Caramoctus Maxi is Ace Pokemon, so yay. Mega Altaria, S tier. I love this Mon. I loved Altaria, but it was so unusably bad that I just never tried. But then Mega Altaria came out, and I was like, whoa, I can use Altaria now, and it's a fairy type, and its stats are absurd. I could use, like, Dragon Dance, Earthquake, bro, this Mon is nutty. Nutty Mon, this Mon is so good. Yeah, I love it, and I am very sad, because 8th Gen killed them all. All of these Mons are dead. I cry. Mega Bayonet. A tier. Bayonet's design was always pretty cool. Mega Bayonet definitely delivers on Bayonet's design better than normal Bayonet does, at least in my opinion. If it was just design, it would be S tier, but obviously it's just how I feel about the Pokemon in general. And, you know, as cool as this one is, it's kind of hard to use still. It's not super fast, and its attack stat is enormous, but, like, it's kind of hard to use. But it's good. It's definitely still good. Like, it's really hard to place Mega Bayonet as a Pokemon, because it's a really good, strong Mon, but it's taking up a Mega slot, which kind of feels bad a little bit, but, you know, if you caught a Shuppet in ORAS and you like Bayonet, then there he is. He's there for you to Mega Evolve. And that's what I did with Baniri. Yeah, my starter in ORAS was a Baniri, so I'm just gonna do this next. S tier. Nice. I was very excited about this Pokemon. Not a furry. Just gonna say that, even though obviously there's gonna be some debate now, because I say that I really like Mega Lopunny. But I do. This Mon is really strong, and their design is really cool, and Lopunny's design was always pretty decent, but it's just... Like, I said this about Altaria, but especially for Lopunny, it's unusably bad. It's so bad. But, you know, Mega Lopunny is good. So good, even. Has Scrappy, so it can hit ghost types with its returns and drain punches and high jump kicks and stuff. It's a good Mon. And, yeah. For my ORAS playthrough, I'm just going to tell the story now. When I first got the game, I was like, man, X and Y were so incredibly easy. I'm going to try a Nuzlocke for the first time, so I did it with ORAS. And I traded over a Baniri that I bred in X and Y so that I could use Mega Lopunny as soon as I got the Lopunnyite or whatever, which took a long time to do, but alas, I did it anyway. And I just boxed my starter because, you know, I thought that was only fair. And, yeah, I did win that Nuzlocke with only a Plusle left in my team. Obviously, I didn't do an incredible job, but hey, I won, so it's worth saying. And I like Mega Lopunny a lot. Mega Absol. Man, I really am going to start sounding like a hypocrite because I don't have like an immediate obvious scale for how I rate designs. But Mega Absol is an S tier for its design alone. This Pokemon is incredibly cool. Like, they took all of the things that an edgy 16-year-old would think would be cool and just shoved it into this Pokemon design. It's not a flying type, for some reason. It's just a pure dark type, but it has wings. And its claws are cooler, and its tail is cooler, and its horn is cooler, and it gets another horn, it gets a bang. It's like, oh, all this mon is rad. Also, its ability is good. Magic Bounce is a strong ability, always has been. But it is still kind of a letdown of a Pokemon, because it dies in one hit, and it doesn't outspeed a whole lot of mons. It outspeeds a few, but, you know, the big problem with Absol is that Dark isn't the best offensive typing, so even if it outspeeds, it might not kill, and pretty much anything that outspeeds it, or it doesn't kill in one hit, will kill it, so you have to use it in a really tricky way. It's kind of a rough Pokemon to use, but whatever, it's worth it. It's good enough. Definitely good enough. To where, if you play ORAS and you like Absol, there he is. You got an Absol evolution. Kind of. Except they butchered it later. I cry every time. Glalie. Yeah, just the better Glalie. They just took Glalie's design and were like, wait a second, this was a bad design, and then they made it good, and this is what Glalie should have always looked like, in my opinion. It's just bomb from Final Fantasy, but ice. Yep. Speaking of, they really went in with that idea, and decided that Glalie was just going to be the Glaciate Explosion Pokemon. And honestly, that works for me. The Glaciate Explosion from Glalie took out everything. It really did. Like, you weren't living. It wasn't happening. So yeah, Glalie, cool mon. Mega Salamence. A. Maybe even B. This is an excellent example of overkill. Normal Salamence did not need this. Normal Salamence was always an OU or UU. Mega Salamence, I'm pretty sure, got banned near instantly to Ubers. This one is absurdly broken. It's super strong. And on top of that, at least in my opinion, they just made normal Salamence look really stupid. And they were like, alright, now that it looks dumb, here's Mega Salamence. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I don't really like this one that much. But, you know, I like it enough, I guess. Alright, Mega Metagross. Pretty rad. They changed Metagross' shiny only slightly for Mega Metagross, and, you know, not in a bad way, I think. But it's kinda just fine for me. I like Metagross' design a bit better, and generally I would say this is an overkill Mega, but like Metagross is still good. But in 6th gen they nerfed Steel type like a lot. Because it now beats Fairy and resists Fairy, it now doesn't resist Dark or Ghost, which is really bad for Metagross. So Metagross kind of became just an alright Pokemon instead of a super good Pokemon. And now it's like, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Mega Metagross was absurd though. Mega Metagross was disgustingly strong. So yeah. Mega Latios and Latios. These Pokemon look stupid, and they look the same. That's really all I gotta say. They are just plains now. And they were just plains before, but now they're like really just plains. And they're purple. And I like purple. I do, I like purple, but like, this is too much for me. Thank you, goodbye. Primal Kyogre, S tier, Primal Groudon, S tier. These mons are awesome as heck. Of course, like, come on. It's just Groudon Kyogre, but like even cooler this time somehow. Like, that's impressive, if I gotta say. That's impressive. Like, I love these mons, man. Mega Garchomp. A tier. It's just Garchomp. Really is just Garchomp, too. It's bulkier Garchomp with less speed, which, weirdly enough, makes it worse. Who would have thought? Yeah, Mega Garchomp is kind of a meme at this point. And they kind of did that thing with, if you get a shiny Garchomp, when you Mega it, it has a new color now, like with what they did with Gengar. But the problem being that Mega Garchomp is a really ugly purple shade, and it kind of ruins his whole aesthetic. So, thanks for that. Mega Lucario. Gotta admit, by the time 6th gen came around, I was kind of sick of seeing Lucario. I was like, oh my gosh, this mon is like incredibly getting overhyped. I mean, I get it, it's cool that Brawl was awesome and Lucario was in that, so like, all for it, man. But I was over it. I was like, alright, we could stop with Lucario now. And then he got a Mega, and I was like, never mind. This thing looks awesome. And then I never used it, because in the story, there's a random Lucario that just decides to jerk you off and then become your best friend, and then you just get a free Mega Lucario in the story, and it's like, oh, well, this doesn't mean a whole lot, does it? But its design's still awesome, and it's broken as heck, so S tier for you. Mega Obama Snow. B tier. It's cool, but it's not that cool, and it's not that good. Sorry, Obama Snow. It's how it is. Mega Gallade. Awesome mon. Super awesome mon. I always liked Gallade. And this just helped me like him even more. Because now he is actually competitively viable. And I'm like, wow, now Gallade's awesome. And fighting Wally with his Mega Gallade was really cool and meaningful. And I was like, this is wonderful character development. I love it a lot. I am a Gallade fan. For sure. Mega Audino. B tier. It's Audino, but a fairy type. Yep. It didn't really get a lot better. Even in doubles, its ability's kind of unreliable at best. Yeah. But it was like one of the only megas that were designed specifically for doubles. I guess it's something to think about, but like, Alright. Now we move on to just the normal Gen 6 mons. And just sitting here talking forever. Takes a lot of effort. Not that you would understand. Or think so. Okay. Enough moping. Chespin... A tier. I really like Chespin. My favorite starter from Gen 6 for sure. I think he's just a little lad. Quilladin. Come on. Come on. And then Chestnut. Yeah, Chestnut. He's awesome. He's like a knight, kinda. He's very pointy. He's very strong. He's a cool typing, grass fighting. You know, I like him. Fennekin. S tier maybe? I really like Fennekin's design. It's cute and fluffy. And then it stands up. sorry, not sorry. This... No, I'll put it here. Yeah, it's a mistake. Like, oof. Don't stand up. the biggest misplay. I guess Ash Greninja is on here, but it wasn't under the Megas. I guess that makes sense, because it's not technically a Mega Pokemon. Froakie is fine. He's kind of a lad, I guess. Frogadier is also fun. Greninja's pretty cool. I like Greninja. Yeah, you know, I was surprised at how incredibly well received he was, though, because everyone was just popping on this Froggy D, bro. And I couldn't understand it. I was like, wow, how come everyone loves Greninja so much? That's crazy. But he's there. You know, he's Greninja. Ash Greninja is kind of just Greninja. Yeah. Bunnelbees. Alright, I guess. Diggersby. Gotta go in B for the memes. Diggersby, though. Also, using Diggersby is pretty fun, too. Like, yeah. Huge Powermon with Earthquake that's stab. Sounds good to me. Might as well, it's worth noting, 6th Gen came with some competitive fire for sure. You know, until they nerfed it, but yeah, still. Fletchling is kind of a little cutie. Fletchinder is kind of boring. Talonflame is awesome. Whoa, he's on fire and he's a bird. Whoa, we haven't seen that since Moltres. That's crazy. Also, in this gen at least, he was really good because all of his flying type moves took priority. But then they nerfed it so much. So now Gale Wings only gives you priority flying type moves if you're at full HP. Which is terrible, by the way. It's not even worth talking about, because you just use Brave Bird once, and that's it. Yike. Talonflame... It was an unjust punishment. Especially because they just power crept the hell out of everything in 8th Gen anyway, so why even bother with all these nerfs and competitive changes? Scatterbug. It's lame. Spupa's lamer somehow. Vivillion's pretty cool, actually. I really liked collecting different Vivillon. Or Vivian. Or Vivillon. Or however you pronounce it. Yeah. Yeah, I thought its gimmick was cool. I thought it was really interesting to collect different Vivian, and I liked its shiny form. It was a good shiny. Speaking of, 6th Gen was like the gen where they decided to make shinies actually look good. But also it was the gen where they kind of became less special because you could just pick one up anywhere, anytime. So, you know, I guess upsides, downsides. Lion thing, I don't give a crap. Female lion thing, I still don't give a crap, and the male ones, it's fine. I only put it higher because I like its design, but using this mon is absurdly awful. Like, they designed a special attacker, normal fire type, with, like, Moxie as its ability? That's just mean. That's mean to this Pokemon that you would do that. Why would you just neuter it? Like, why release a mon if you don't want people to use it? I don't understand. Flabebe, A tier. Floette, A tier. Florges, A tier. Those are some quality mons. Good fairy types as well. Lord knows the metagame and Sword and Shield needs them. Because, well, right now it's just overrun by Magirno, but, like, it's awful. Yeah, the OU metagame for Gen 8 is just terrible. But, I don't know. I don't know what anyone expected after the friggin' National Dex cut. Not that I really minded the cut, mind you. Like, cause, I mean, how often are you really gonna catch 900 Pokemon? The bigger problem was the competitive aspect, in which it kind of just ruined the game. But, whatever. Skiddo... B tier. Skiddo's cute. Go-Go's fine, too. Good Pokemon. You could just ride him around, the city in Kalos. It was fun to do. Pancham's fine. Pangoro's not as cute. Not that cool either. And not that good. Actually, didn't Pangoro get something in Gen 7 that actually made it a good mon? I don't actually know what that was. But feel free to let me know in the comments. But I haven't used it, so whatever. Furfrou! I liked getting a shiny Furfrou, hunting for it in Gen 6, and then dressing it up. That was very fun. I really liked this mon. It was a good time. Definitely, Furfrou was like the top end of Gen 6. Like, being able to give your Furfrou hats and stuff is awesome. Esper. Oh, hold on. Where's my Esper? Where he at, though? He's back here somewhere. Or is he? Esper. Yes. Say Yesper to Esper. Anyway, yeah, it's good mon. It's creepy and cute and fluffy. Yes. Meowstic, on the other hand, I don't really care for. Their designs are pretty good, but they're not great mons. I kind of like the niche where the male and female have different stats, but it doesn't really work into anything because the mons just aren't good. Honedge is B tier, Doublade is B tier, and Aegislash, I'm not gonna put both the Aegislash forms in because that's silly in my opinion. Is S tier, I guess. Honedge and Doublade look kind of dumb. I mean, they're fine. They kind of remind me of something from Legend of Zelda. Doublade's actually pretty good too with a Violite. Steel Ghost, turns out, it's good typing. And Aegislash is really strong and has been a staple of OU or Ubers, depending on the metagame, since it's come out. And I believe it deserves that title. I think it's a really well-made Pokemon too. Like, sure, it's really strong, but like, I think it should be? I don't know, I like the way that it's designed, where you can switch between which stats you're using based on what moves you're using. Yeah, no, this is how I feel. Spritzy. Spritzy. Aromatisse. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good without those Pokemon. They don't mean anything to me. They're pretty weak and pretty ugly. Like, I I like the Plague Doctor idea, but I think they executed it really badly. It's not even kind of good. Swirlix, S tier mon. It's adorable and stupid, and I love it. And Slurpuff is like it offers less than Swirlix in terms of pure meme value. It's a pretty decent Pokemon though, and you know, I don't hate it, but its design is kind of just there for me. Inkay, B tier, Malamar, A tier. I like Malamar. I like Contrary Superpower. It's a good time for everyone except for Malamar because it's bad. Wait, no, I didn't say that. Being an upside down squid is kind of cool sometimes. Binacle, F, Barbaracle, D. These mons look awful. Like, why? Why? Skrelp is A, my little Squidward baby. He's miserable and wants to die, and I love him. Dragalge as well. My Poison Dragon's an awesome typing. It's a pretty good mon, in my opinion. Anyway. Worth using. I don't know. Did I forget what this thing is called? I did. I don't know what it's called. Hold on. Ah. Okay. Clauncher. Clauncher. C tier. It's alright. I swear I didn't even kind of know its name. That's weird. Klotzer, on the other hand, A tier. This mon's pretty red. It's pretty decent, too. I think it is kind of just Mega Blastoise, but you don't have to Mega Evolve it, so it's kind of better. I mean, it's not actually better, but like... there's a debate that could be had. Heliolisk is adorable. Helioptile is fine. He's pretty strong, I guess. I like that he has a bunch of different weather moves. Well, not moves, but abilities. So he's like a weather-based electric type. And electric normal is kind of a unique typing, even if it's not a very interesting typing, you know, it's there. Tyrant, A tier. Tyrantrum, S tier. This mon is awesome as heck. It's really cool. It's a rock dragon. T-Rex Pokemon. Everyone was waiting for the T-Rex Pokemon to happen, but it never did. And then Gen 6 came around and was like, alright, here's your fossils. Boom. Boom. We finally got the dinosaurs we wanted. Speaking of the dinosaurs we wanted, Amora, A tier. It's very cute. I love it a lot. Aurorus. I'll put an S tier. Aurorus is an S tier. Whoa, I love this mon so much. Design-wise, Aurorus might be my favorite Pokemon, just based on design. I love this Pokemon. It's just a long-necked dinosaur with like crazy like Aurora Borealis frills. It's so pretty. Ugh. And you know, refrigerate Hyper Beam if you need it. Competitively, this mon is so bad though. It's so bad. Like, it's slow, and it's an ice type. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ice types. You live on in my heart. Sylveon S tier. Definitely, like, probably the best evolution, competitively. One of the best looks-wise as well. It's pretty. Love him. Good little Sylveon femboy. Hawlucha is pretty cool. You know, he's like a wrestler bird. It's kind of sick of seeing him, to be honest. He's been really strong in terrains for a while. Oh, this mon just keeps kicking my skull in. It's like, oh, okay, thanks, Halucha. Thank you for that. Dedenne is a cutie pie. Love Dedenne. Carbink is also a cutie pie, but like massively irrelevant and bad. And kind of one of those mons that just exist to make a different mon look cooler, which is this one, the Anchi, who goes in A tier, probably. So, yeah, it's the Anchi. Yep. Who has a Mega as well, which wasn't included with the other Megas for some reason, but this is an S tier mon. That Mega Dianchi is beautiful and really strong. You will be missed, Mega Dianchi. At least I'll miss you. Volcanion. S tier. This mon's really cool. It's like a steam robot bull. I don't know, he kind of looks like a Mega Man enemy. He's like the first fire and water type, which is why I like him so much. That typing is unique and actually really good offensively. Like, yeah, nice. Gumi, S tier, obviously. Sliggoo, A tier, sure, whatever. Goodra, S tier, incredible. Incredible Pokemon. This is the thickest, stickiest Pokemon you'll ever see. Which is kind of disgusting, but it's fine. My little snail dragon is powerful. Kind of. Honestly, probably... Is it the worst pseudo? It might be. It might be the worst pseudo. I think the worst pseudo used to be Komodo, but Game Freak refused to let that happen, and they buffed Komodo incredibly a lot. Incredibly a lot. Yep, those are words. That makes sense. Don't worry about it. So Komodo's really good. So Goodra's probably the worst pseudo, but it's still a pseudo, which means it's not bad. Its stats are good enough, and it's a dragon type. So, you know, it's not bad. Klefki is fine. It's really fun to use competitively, but design-wise, it's kind of stupid. Phantomp, I think, is adorable. I love its design a lot. Trevenant is fine. I don't know. It doesn't do it for me. It's kind of spooky, kind of cool, I guess. Good enough for B tier. But, like... I don't know. It's kind of just like a scummy Stallmon. Pumpkaboo is S tier, and Gourgeist is also S tier. I love Halloween. Let it be said, I love Halloween, and I love these Pokemon. It's like a witch coming out of a gourd with his mouth in there, and Pumpkaboo is a little pumpkin. The bat, it's like a bat pumpkin, and then it's like a witch gourd. I like it. I like it a lot. I want to say I like the size thing, but there's not really a reason to use anything but super-sized Gourgeist. Yeah, you could try using small Gourgeist and outspeeding things, but, like, it's almost never worth it to use anything but super-size. Which, in a way, is kind of fun, because then you're looking for super-sized Gourgeist. So it adds a little, like, mini-game to playing Pokemon. Anyway, I like using it. It's cool. Barkmite. D tier. Avalugg. D tier. It's a coffee table made of ice. Get out of here with that. I have nothing to say about Barkmite either. He's there. The Noibat. It's cute enough to be in B tier. This Pokemon is... It is easy to hate this Pokemon because it has like baby Pokemon stats, like Togepi and like Igglybuff, but you have to train it for generally a lot longer than that to get Noivern. Who is awesome, by the way. Noivern's super cool. Gotta drop him in S tier. But like... ooh. My like for Noibat is lessened by my need to use Noibat to evolve him. It isn't fun. Xerneas, S tier, Veltal, S tier. Come on, these mons are super awesome. I can understand if you're like, "Ooh, Xerneas isn't as cool as Veltal because you're an edgy 12-year-old," and I get it. I get it. I do. But still, they're both awesome. And if you can't admit to that, then you're just wrong. Zygarde. It's fine, I guess. I remember seeing this one, I'm like, what the hell is it supposed to be? And it's pretty good, I guess. It was, like, okay. Then it got 2 new moves in ORAS for some reason. And they added a bunch of Zygarde support. And we got Zydog, who's pretty good. I like his design. He's a ground dragon dog. Oh, nice. And 1,000 Waves and 1,000 Arrows are good as heck, especially 1,000 Arrows, so it made Zygarde himself really good. So, you know, you'd think I'd move him up, because he's really good, but I'm not a huge fan of his design. Then we have super epic Mechazord, like Mega Zygarde, which goes up there. He's incredible. He's so strong. Like, there's a reason it's in Ubers. Holy moly. I understand what you were hiding, weird snake. And then I'm not putting single cell on there. I mean, this is a single cell too, but this one was dead, so whatever. I'll put this one in. He's in C tier. There you go. And we have Hoopa A tier and Hoopa Unbound S tier, the savage, horrible, disgusting Geniemon himself in S tier. Made ORAS a lot less boring than it could have been. ORAS would have been so inferior to Emerald in so many ways, but Hoopa had to come in and save it. Like, you know what? You can catch a bunch of legendaries, and they're not shiny locked. Thanks, Hoopa, for giving me something to do. Oh, also thanks to friggin'... Gonna talk about Mega Latios and Latios, wherever they wound up in B tier, yeah, because I don't really like their designs, but I have to give them credit where credit is due. The flying section in ORAS was super good. It was probably one of the most interesting and fun and unique things that Pokemon has ever done in their mainline series. So I will give them credit for that. There you go. I'm gonna order this and I'll be back. Alright. I'm just gonna scroll through this. Ordered my tier. Zzz. Aurorus is great. Love it a lot. Rounding it out with Fennekin, because I mean, come on, it's Fennekin. We got a Mega Blaziken. I love Blaziken. Ash Greninja's pretty cool too. And then ending it out with Flabébé. He's a cutie, but you know, once again, it's Flabébé. We have Abomasnow. Because I do like Abomasnow, and I actually like using this Mega, but it's just... it's hard, okay? And Noibat. Spite, bottom of B tier. Then Clauncher, remembered it. Alakazam, rounding it out. And Delphox and Avalugg. And then there's no point, just both there. F tier, it's bad. And there it is. So yeah, I might not do a Gen 7 one tomorrow. I'll probably do something else. Maybe I'll record Halo again. I don't know. If anyone watches this, let me know what you want to see. And I'll see you next time.